Hey guys, it's Conor here today from Brick Warfare, and today we have an awesome video, not on Star Wars Battlefront, although this wallpaper is amazing. We have a cool little video on mods that I've done myself for the LEGO Star Wars Republic gunship. Okay guys, let's get straight into the mods. So first off, I have added a very simple but nice mod right over here. Just let this focus for a sec. Over here, as you can tell in the actual gunship, the storage doors are just like this normally. I've just added this extra little fin here to make it look a lot more aerodynamic, and personally that looks a lot better with the gunship. Let me just put that in there. Okay, moving on. Another big thing over here, let's open these bay doors. I hope you can tell that the plates here, they're gray, and there's a really good reason for that. The reason being is that in the actual gunship, if you remember, there are a lot of white plates in here. Not so good for standing up a lot of soldiers in there. White plate, what I'm meaning are these. There are a lot of these, and these are really not useful for putting a lot of clone minifigures on there. You know, if you want to get your mock ready with your gunship and you want to have soldiers streaming out, you can't put a lot of minifigures on this plate. So instead, just a relatively simple, you can just, those plates that I was talking about, those come off super easy. You just literally just take them off. And I just put these off with gray plates that are 100% studs, so you can put your minifigures everywhere. And now for the coolest mod ever. So as you can tell, on the gunship we have, oops, I just pulled off an engine. Oh, well, that's too bad. And you can tell there are these storage compartments. There are 4 of them in the original gunship. So what I've done is 1, 2, 3, and then you can tell this one is not a storage compartment. It's actually just a window piece without the actual window pane in it. Let me just zoom in on there. And inside there, there's actually lights. In this whole gunship, I've modified there to be lights. As you can tell up front here in the cockpits, instead of the normal cockpit panels, I've switched them to blue panels for a specific reason, blue, instead of the normal printed panel that they come with. And that's so that when with the lights, that gives off a really cool, like, holographic effect. So the lights come with a battery that I'm using, have a battery pack that are this big. And, you know, I was thinking, I want to add lights to my gunship, so where can I put it? And I thought of everywhere, and I thought of a couple places. Up here, in that main beam up here, in this storage compartment, but that wouldn't work. And this, if you put it here, you'd still see the battery pack. So, the place where you would be able to conceal it the most, over here. As you can tell, it's still popping out a little bit, but it's really effective. As you can see, you would barely even be able to tell that there's a huge battery pack in there. So I'm going to use just a minifigure lightsaber for our sake, but in there's a switch on the battery pack that control all the lights. Just flick it on and they all turn on. Now this might take a couple of tries to get the switch on because it's a little deep in there, but once you get it on, awesomeness has begun. Okay, so let's start with all the lights that we have here. As you can tell over here, there are 2 cockpit lights, which look really amazing and realistic to the actual gunship. I mean, lights just add a whole nother dimension. And then there are 4 other lights. There's the red emergency war lights that you see in the Clone Wars gunships all the time. When they're about to enter battle, if you can tell, if you remember from any of the Clone Wars episodes, the lights in the gunship turn red, and that's what I chose to do. So in this little hallway over here, we have 1 red light, and in the main bay area, we have 3 red lights. Now, that might not seem like a lot of lights because that's all I added actually, but that's a lot. That just looks amazing, guys. I mean, like, adds a whole nother dimension. It just looks so cool. I mean, if you could see it in person, you would really be amazed. Now, how I did all the wiring and all that stuff, let's get all into the nitty gritty. So first off, the wires I use a like a main circuit board. So in the storage compartment, you can see some wires in there. So this is the main circuit board, and there's the power going in there, and all the wires are attached straight into there. Now for the battery pack. Lucky for you guys, you get a inside tour into these lights brain. So here, let me move this up for you guys so you guys can check this out. So let me remove this plate. Okay, let it focus. There. Okay, now I'm gonna remove this. Remove that, and I'm going to remove this little plate. Okay, and there you can already see that wire. Here, let me see that black box right there. Well, that, guys, is our battery. As you can tell, I mean, it just fit perfectly. I mean, so I had to take out a couple of pieces out here, and this wire runs down here. And if you've ever built this gunship, you know that under the cockpit's actually hollow, so that wire goes down into the circuit board. So the battery pack, remember how I was flicking it on and off from here? There's a switch on the battery box to turn the lights on and off, and that switch was here, and I just decided to take that box out so you could do it. And this just comes out perfectly like that, as you can tell. I had to do a lot of adjusting. There was actually one beam across here that I took out and replaced with just 1x2 pieces. 1x2 pieces on that side too. And a lot of these pieces had a lot of moving around, and as you can tell, there's some moving around of pieces here. And if you remember this piece, these pieces actually came out from here. When I needed more space for the wires, those pieces actually came out of this construction around here and were replaced by other pieces. There's a lot of wiring in this, as you guys can tell. See, those are the lights up there, in there. And for the lights themselves, the lights that I have are just plain white LED lights. So to change colors, I've added red studs on top of them, as you can tell over there. And for those ones, there's actually nothing on them, but they're underneath the blue plate, which gives it the blue glow. And that makes it look really nice. Oh, it's not focused. There you go. A really nice effect. So guys, tell me what you thought. I mean, I put a lot of hard work into these lights and a couple of other mods that took a little bit of creativity from my wise brain. So, please guys, leave below in the comments. Tell me what you guys thought. Go ahead, leave a comment, subscribe. Please put that thumbs up and subscribe. Please, just press the red button. And, please leave us comments about any other mods you have. Do you guys have any other ideas? Any great ideas from your Republic gunships? Okay guys, that's all for this video. See you guys later.